Hello internets, JM Frey here. I realized that I completely and totally, utterly forgot to do a video this week. I think it's because first off, I'm a little bit exhausted, but I've done so many interviews in the last couple of days, or maybe I guess the last couple of weeks, that it occurred to me that I've spent so much time talking to a camera that I actually forgot that I need to talk to a camera. So I apologize that this video is late. I'm sorry, don't hate me. What have I been doing? Well, obviously I've been doing lots of interviews. The book is out. There's some lovely reviews up. There's some not so lovely reviews up. That's why I just don't read anything that's less than 3 stars. People can have their opinions as long as they're informed opinions, but a lot of times, I'm not going to say a lot of times, sometimes, on the very rare occasion, there is a review that is an uninformed opinion, like, I don't know, calling the book YA and judging it by YA standards when it's an NA book, and you wish that you had the power to email that person and say, "You're wrong! You're making a review based on wrong information," but obviously you can't do that as a writer. So that's one of the frustrating things of the week that the book is released. But one of the joyful things is all those other 5-star reviews and 4-star reviews that you are suddenly seeing. So that's really nice. I like reading 4- and 5-star reviews. If you have read The Untold Tale and you haven't posted a review on Goodreads or Amazon yet, please, please, please do. Please do. If you want to get me a Christmas present, write me a review, please. So what else has been happening? Well, I've been finishing up a couple of projects. The secret screenplay project is done. I'm getting it back from the editor tomorrow, and from there I'm going to be putting in my own edits. I'm just going to put my hand over the title, but look at all of those edits I've put on the front just for myself. So I'm going to put all of those, and then as of Monday, it should be available online to read. Ooh, and exciting. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys think of it once it's up. One of my beta readers just wrote me and was like, "Oh my god, I cried so much! It was perfect and I hate you forever!" Which is the best feedback you could ever possibly get. I tried acupuncture for the first time this week. My physiotherapist was like, "That's a knot. Let's stick a needle in it." And I was like, okay. Needles don't scare me because I had allergy shots when I was a kid. I did the math once, and I know that I've had over 5,000 needles in my life. That doesn't bother me. But it was really weird. Take a pen without the empty pen casing and pop it against your skin and then kind of hold it there. And that's what the outer part feels like. And then they tap the needle in place and you're like, okay, this really just feels really weird. There's something under my skin. It's moving, tap, tap. Yeah! Oh, you found the spot. And it was really, because I just kind of like a cat. And she was like, okay, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, just give me a second. It didn't hurt, but you were very, very aware of it. And then over the 10-15 minutes that the needle stayed in place, suddenly every part of my body that had originally been injured in the original accident in January started aching. And I was like, this is so weird. I can feel every single, the tear and the ripped muscle and the herniated disc. I could feel every single one of them. Not to the point of pain, but just really discomfort. Ugh. Anyway, but then when she pulled the needle out, I was like, oh, okay. So I was a little bit sore for the rest of the day, but for the last couple of days, my hip hasn't hurt hardly at all. The spot of pain hurt hardly at all. So yeah, acupuncture. Interesting. Would I do it again? I think so. I don't know. As long as I couldn't see the needles. That's the thing that would freak me out. For all the needles I've had in my life, I never watch. I can't watch. So what else? Oh, I nearly met Margaret Atwood. Margaret Atwood and I, along with a lot of other wonderful female authors, are in an anthology called The Secret Loves of Geek Girls. And the launch party was last week. It was last Wednesday. So my book came out last Tuesday. The launch party for Secret Girls was last Wednesday. And then my Toronto launch party for The Untold Tale was Thursday. And then my Fergus launch was Friday. You can see why I haven't slept in a while. And then, of course, the Guelph launch is tonight, which is when my hair is so pretty. So Margaret Atwood came in, and she was signing the books for the Kickstarter contributors. And she was on one side, because there was I think there was 20 contributors there, maybe even 30. And so they had the tables snaking around the venue, so people could basically just come down the line. And Margaret came to the front table where my friend Adrienne Cress was sitting, and signed a pile of books, signed the book for Adrienne, posed for a couple pictures with the editor, Hope, and then she boogied. And you know what? If I was her, I would have boogied too. She looked a little poleaxed. It was a big event. We didn't expect as many people to show up as they did. That's the phone. Hold on. That was my mum asking about dinner. So what else is going on? Well, I sent the screenplay off to the producer, the one for the web series, not the secret screenplay. I haven't heard anything yet, but I'm hopeful. And I figure she's probably just taking her time reading it over the holidays, which is fine. There's a short story. So for those of you who have read The Untold Tale, I actually wrote a short story called Home that is set almost immediately after The Untold Tale. It's 3 weeks, 5 days, 20 hours and 13 minutes after the end of The Untold Tale. And it will be going live Christmas morning. So the other reason that I'm exhausted is because my editor, Kisa, read the story and said, it's good, but I don't like the perspective. The POV needs a shift. Do this. And then I spent 2 days rewriting the whole thing. And it grew to 7,000 words. And I was like, oh, this is not the short story I had envisioned. And I sent it to her, and she was like, no, this isn't what I meant. This is what I meant. And I went, oh. So I scrapped almost everything, went back to the original, and did about 2 hours worth of edits, and was like, done! And that's me misreading my editor's notes. So, yay, 2 days worth of work that I can't use. Well, maybe I can put it into book 3, I don't know. That's sort of it. It hasn't been a very fascinating week, Internet. I can tell you that. I have been sleeping too much or sleeping not enough at launch parties, preparing for launch parties, baking for launch parties. I made cookies for tonight. Yeah, cookies. And just doing interviews, answering blog questions, prepping for blog tours. It hasn't been a very interesting week. It's just been a lot of admin and busy stuff. So I'm going to say goodbye, Internet. If you're in Guelph, I hope you come tonight to the Round Table Gaming Cafe. The Round Table Gaming Tavern and Cafe. That's it. At 32 Essex Street. Please come join us. We will be not in the Camelot section. Go through the wardrobe, and we will be in Narnia in the back. Come for a cookie. Stay for a book. Bye-bye.